Good morning. Let's argue.
Hey guys, welcome. Today we're here with our buddy. What do I call you on the show? I forgot to ask.
I have no clue.
I'm Mirage. He's Poe.
Blue shirt guy.
Blue shirt guy. That's a good name. I'm not gonna say all that, but
Just blue shirt.
I'll just call you something. We'll figure it out. Today we're talking about. Is it your favorite game?
One of my favorites.
One of Blue Shirt's favorite games, Halo Reach, which is, in my personal opinion, the best Halo game of all of them.
It is. It's not an opinion.
It's not an opinion. It just is. Our buddy Mirage here, I've just introduced him to the game again, and he hasn't played the campaign quite yet.
Oh, like the first level-ish.
Yeah.
First hour.
He got the little introduction to it. Do you like it so far?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah. So today we're probably just going to focus on talking about multiplayer, maybe not so much campaign. We can always compare it to other games. We'll see where it goes. But so far I haven't played all the modes until today, but I've been loving the multiplayer. I don't know if you've played the Headhunters one.
I've played the Flood one. I don't think maybe I have played the Headhunters one.
Flood, did we?
No, we didn't. There was only two of us, so we were like, maybe we don't play Infection with only two. It would be a lot less of an Infection, a lot more of a game of tag.
Yeah.
But so Headhunters is really fun. The whole idea is if you kill someone, you collect their head, take it back to a spot.
Oh yeah, I definitely have played that.
Yeah, that game, it was really funny watching the first round of us play because we're just running around like, what do we do? There's like destination switch. We're like, what does that
I know,
mean?
it is so annoying because you're like about to get there. You're about to get to the place where you're supposed to put it, and then it completely changes.
That probably happened to Mirage 80 times.
Yeah.
It happened to me like twice. But like every time he would get a kill on me, he'd have always when he had a ton of skulls, and he'd get right to the destination, disappear.
We should have clipped those.
We should have. We should record it next time, and we should get you to play with us next time for sure. But I was actually talking with Mirage earlier, and we were discussing some of the other games and how they compare. Which campaign is your favorite?
Okay, so far, a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but again, the first Halo game I ever played was Halo 5, and then Halo 6.
Halo 5?
See,
The first game I played.
I told
It's
you
the
you'd
first
react
one I
like that.
played. It's the first
So
one I
it's
played.
The worst one.
Exactly. So
I
I
loved
told
it,
him.
though.
Have you seen that video where it's like all the Halo CE
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, and 4 were like you get like the good guys or whatever, and then Halo 5 is just like that scraggly old dude, and then like Halo Infinite's in there, and he's like, "Father, have I made it?" He's like, "Yes, my son, you are not Halo 5."
Yeah, so here's the thing is I thought it was so funny to hear that because I could totally see liking Halo 5 if I hadn't played all the other games. I was like,
That's exactly what happened.
I was telling him, I was like,
loved it.
It was like going from like creme brulee to like a chocolate chip. But like what he got was like a cookie and then like 100 cookies like later. Because like he likes Halo 5 the best. He hasn't played the other ones yet. But I was like
6.
Or he likes 6.
I played 3 a while ago. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
And then just played
3 is my second favorite.
3
Halo.
is probably the best one.
Oh no, we
Master
played
Chief
4
in it.
together. Multiplayer.
Yeah, 4 is pretty good for multiplayer.
4, the campaign is just kind of boring for me.
Yeah, you should play the campaign. It's kind of
Wait,
bland.
is the campaign worse than 5?
No,
No.
I wouldn't say it is.
Really?
It's
The
more of just
characterization
like
is way better in 4.
you waking up in your biopod or whatever you call it. I forget what it's called.
It felt a lot like the beginning of the first game.
Yeah, definitely. And then Cortana is just like, freaking out towards the end, and you're fighting like a bunch of Forerunners. You go on to, I believe it, I don't know, just some Forerunner planet. You fight the Didact. Sometimes he escapes, sometimes he doesn't, depending on what.
It's like a goose chase.
Yeah.
It's not the worst campaign.
No, I
So
do
you guys
like the
think
Forerunners.
5 has the worst.
I do not like 5.
5 is
in
just
general. 5 felt very much like.
I was excited to play it, and then as soon as I played it, I was like,
Do you know what I hated about it at first though? Like I had a bad first impression because when we bought it, my dad and my brothers, we all thought it was gonna have split screen. And it didn't.
Yeah,
Because it had a 4-player campaign. We were like, what? That's so cool. Only like Reach and Spartan Ops have had like campaigns with multiple.
Oh, and ODST.
And yeah, and so we were like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. And then we get it, and it's like 4-player if you all have a copy and you all have an Xbox. And so I was like, that's just great. That's so cool.
Because, oh yeah, and Halo 3 also had it. Sorry, my bad.
No, Halo 3 had it. You're right. I think my first impression of that game would be twice as good if I had just, like, if it had split screen, I'd probably be less offended by the co-op. But as it stands, I don't like it as much.
It's
so
just
it's
like,
super interesting that you haven't played the other ones. You played 5 first.
Yeah, 5? Like, of all the Halos.
And that's the crazy thing.
I'm
is
sorry.
Like now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, I don't even know if it was that bad of a game or if I'm just so biased towards the older ones and how much like better they are in my mind. It's so interesting.
So speaking of like older versus new, 5 is like the second most new, but 6. You haven't really played 6.
I haven't. No.
But have you played 6?
A little bit, yeah. I was kind of not happy about 6 just because the graphics aren't as good as I hoped they would be.
I can see that.
My dad loves the multiplayer for 6.
That's what
I heard they were I have played it, and it's a lot like Doom 2016.
Yeah,
with
like
the
online
multiplayer.
lobbies and stuff.
Yeah,
totally. Just more like movement options and different weapons. Kind of. Like it's obviously not Doom, but it feels more like Doom does.
Something else notable about it. It's an open world map for the majority of it.
It is.
Yes.
And me personally, I love open world maps, and
I
I'm
do
okay
too.
with that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of other people do not like that. So 6 is very controversial because like people just don't know how they feel about it being open world.
I think a lot of people are probably tired of open world games since we're getting so many nowadays.
Skyrim was probably one of the best open world games.
That's true. I need to replay that game.
I love open world.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, Forza Horizon.
Totally.
What else?
Was it Red Dead?
Red Dead is open world, I think. Yeah. So is Spider-Man is basically open world.
Oh yeah.
Such a good open world.
Yeah. So like it is interesting how controversial those games are because I haven't played them. But from what I can tell from Infinite, just from seeing gameplay, they focused, and this is a very 343 thing to do. They care way more about the multiplayer than they did the campaign.
It's
by,
like
such
with
a long
Activision now, where Modern Warfare 3 is their campaign makes me so mad.
Yeah, the story's like an afterthought now. It feels more like they're
2 hours long. You know. That is like
2 hours.
2 hours long.
That's
yes.
lame. How expensive is the game?
$60.
Dude, the first Halo had a longer campaign than that. You gotta be
something I really don't like are short campaigns because usually if I'm buying a game that has both multiplayer and campaign, usually I'm buying it to play the campaign.
Yeah. Like Battlefront 2, totally thought that campaign was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
They even had an original character.
Actually, I like the campaign.
The campaign is. I finished that in like maybe 30 minutes.
Like it literally took me 30 minutes to complete both parts of it.
I did it on like hardest difficulty, and it took me a really long time.
I thought it was interesting, but like
not long enough.
Not long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had so many cool ideas. I actually want to like say that Battlefront 2's campaign could have been really good. Like
it had a lot of potential, and they just never.
I did like the campaign.
Yeah, it had so many, like, it had cool characters, it had new stuff, like that droid that the girl carries around.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But it felt too close, like, there are 2 things I didn't like about it. One, it felt too close to the main game's playstyle. Like, there wasn't enough uniqueness to the campaign. There weren't any, like, ground vehicles that you could get or anything like that. And, like, Halo, there's, like, a clear distinction between multiplayer and campaign just because of, like, enemies and stuff. And the campaign for Battlefront, it was just like, oh, you're just playing the game, but with a new coat of paint. There's also all those maps in the campaign, which cannot be accessed in multiplayer at all.
Dude, it's so annoying because...
there's some cool spots.
There were some really sick maps. I loved that one where like there were the lasers going into the planet, and you're like running through that one huge city. I haven't played it in so long, but I remember the scenery just being so striking.
I think... At least they have a campaign, unlike the first Battlefront.
Yeah, thank God.
Which
that's
I
true.
actually prefer multiplayer on Battlefront 1.
That's fair.
I honestly, I'm okay with just the multiplayer. I haven't played it in a long time, only because, well, my friend doesn't like to play it anymore.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like it should be. The map should just be a little bit bigger for multiplayer.
Totally. On Battlefront 1 or 2?
2. Yeah,
I haven't played one yet.
The only thing with big maps is the Onslaught mode.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But strictly Onslaught. Anything else, you're kind of stuck with the small maps.
Yeah. It's just Halo and Star Wars Battlefront, in my mind, are the two games that could be the absolute best of the best in terms of like potential for locations, weapons, playstyle, characters, all of those things, because they have so much free range, especially Star Wars, or especially Halo, because Star Wars is constricted to its IP.
Yeah.
But like, when a game is less good than its predecessors, it makes me really angry, and that's why I think I hate Halo 4 and 5 so much specifically, because I like them, but then I'm like, dude, Halo 3 was twice the game that Halo 3
Exactly.
was. Like, it
was so different. When it came out, it was just so different.
They took so many creative liberties, like with the whole elites not always being bad guys and stuff. Like, that shook my world. I remember opening Halo 3 for the first time, seeing a Covenant like right in front of my face, and just being like, I should kill that, right? And it was like, it had like the it was like, don't shoot or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is the thing that's happening now.
Yeah, and like, I like how they took, so with Halo 4, in Halo 3, Cortana was already glitching beforehand once you started, or like, I don't know, she was kind of in your head a little bit.
Yeah, no.
I didn't realize Cortana went back so far.
Yeah, no, she's in the first game.
She's in the first one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
She's a lot, they definitely care a lot more about her in later games than they do in the first one.
Like,
yeah.
She's a less important character early on.
She's kind of a bad guy, or turns into one.
She does, and
she has a few moments where she has.
Isn't she like some? I can't really remember. She's like an AI kind of.
Yeah,
she's
Dr.
like
Halsey.
It goes wrong.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Dr. Halsey made her, and after 4 years, I think it's 4 years or something, or was it 7?
I'm pretty sure it's 4.
Yeah, it starts to like the AI starts to degrade. And then there starts.
And then it can't.
Yeah, it can't control itself really, and that's why in Halo
4 is so important.
Yeah.
Well, so I know Halo 6. I feel like, are they wrapping things up with Cortana?
I mean,
Never.
there was.
I haven't finished the campaign.
There's a new Cortana now, right? Yeah.
Because if you've played Halo 4, that was when they wrapped up things with Cortana. Like the ending is actually emotional because you have to like get rid of Cortana. And
I think I saw that scene.
Right?
On YouTube.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
It's the one time when Master Chief is like emotional about anything, and it's one of the stronger moments in the campaign. That's one thing I like about
his
4.
Discord kitten left him.
Yeah, he's like, no. He just like has to put the thing down, and he's just like crying about it, but like,
just some little.
He's manly crying, where he's like, oh no, this is awful. I'm going to
5
cry.
and 6 is different Cortana.
Yeah,
but it's still Cortana.
Yes, it's Cortana 2.0. That's what I think. I just think, because I grew up with like the regular Cortana, and now the kids who I'm bleeding.
Me too, actually. I just noticed that too.
It's
on my phone
so
too.
freaking dry.
Yeah.
I have to like constantly reapply lotion to my hands.
I usually don't use lotion on my hands.
Okay, anyway. Talking about Cortana.
Sorry. Gotta keep moisturizing this weather, It's cold and dry.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. We were talking about Cortana. Is just to moisturize.
Moisturize, man.
Cortana makes me think of lotion for sure.
Oh man.
And so anyway,
that's awful. We gotta cut that.
Or should we?
Yeah, we'll keep it. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone will get it. If they're not Halo fans, they might just be like, okay, but
It was just a little.
it's just an AI. It's
just an AI.
It's not a person.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Wait, actually, that's even weirder if you're. Never mind.
Dude.
Anyway, yeah. So the new Cortana thing was kind of weird for me when I played.
Yeah, I saw the trailer, and I was like, "Ew, why is she wearing a suit?" Or like,
Yeah, for
Wait,
real.
was she like naked
Like,
before?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Like she's not like.
Well,
naked,
she's not like naked, but like
there's no way to explain this.
Yeah,
without
it's
showing
texture.
You.
It's like.
There's texture. It's just
like a Pokemon, but without like any of the fur or anything on it. It's just like the skin, but there's
like that is her.
Yeah.
It's an AI.
Oh yeah,
but it's. I mean, there's a reason she's over-sexualized. Let's be real. Like she's not wearing any clothes, clearly.
Yeah, but she's got her dogs out and everything.
She's an AI, so she's not really.
Did
so Dr. Hall
sexualizing AI?
I'm not gonna lie, Cortana is probably a Halloween costume that I've never seen, but definitely exists.
Oh yeah. So Dr. Halsey, it was made in her image when she was younger, so
Which is
I
kind of
don't know.
demented, but let's not worry
Yeah,
about
that's
that too
weird.
much.
She's like, what, 80 now?
Yeah. Looks like
Master
a
Chief is
minor
about, so he started when he was 8 years old, and then...
Can you believe that?
He's
That's-
not in the first
well,
game, or he's not in Reach, right?
No, and that's the biggest thing
Yes.
that I've heard people complain
So-
about.
Yeah, no Master Chief! But
Yeah.
what about ODST? That one was so good, too.
Yeah.
I
I wonder
honestly-
if people who don't like Spartan Ops or hate it for the same reason that people hate Reach. That'd be interesting. Oh man, this good game would be so good if it had Master Chief in it.
I mean,
like, dude, that's a
obviously,
model
Master
change.
Chief is the man, but at least Reach so far is still really good.
That's like deciding whether you like a Mario game based on
But
whether or not
also,
you can play as a Luigi.
in Reach, you get to play as your own customizable.
Yes!
Which
character.
can
That's
look
even
like
better.
Master Chief also.
I know.
Same.
You could even get the voice. I mean, it costs so much, so
Yeah,
many credits.
It's a lot. You have to work.
But
towards it.
I like being, my own
I
creation.
usually for my helmet I use the EOD helmet because
Nice.
I like the look of, the stormtrooper type look because
there are a lot of cool helmets.
we
There's so
customized like a Spartan Stormtrooper.
A Spartan.
Halo.
So he's got like
Oh, an actual Spartan.
like an
Spartan,
actual
yeah.
Spartan helmet with a mohawk.
there's
Those ones
I
are
don't
hard to
think
get.
there is one in the game. They have the
It's like the one from 3. I was using it. Just
oh
barely.
yeah.
Yeah. He's got here. I'll show it. Keep talking though.
So with Halo 5, I have to say I do love why am I blanking on their name? Not Blue Team. Why?
Team?
Now
Dumb
Red
Team?
versus Blue. I'm thinking of Red versus Blue now. Caboose was
Sarge.
the best.
Caboose was pretty sweet.
But anyway,
I'm thinking of it was a Master Chief.
So I
Collection
just
exclusive.
forgot, but usually we start out with some news.
Oh.
And
It was like this, but a Ford Mohawk.
I
It's a
just
Master Chief Collection
looked up
exclusive.
Halo on news, and the first
oh yeah,
headline
there's a
said
new Halo
series.
game, right?
It says
Isn't it a
that
Battle
it's
Royale?
reportedly canceled. A Battle Royale Halo game
Oh yeah.
that has been canceled before it even got announced.
I
so
mean,
there's your news for you guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm seeing this on. I'm just in news.
I'm
on
kind of
Safari
happy
and
about it,
everything.
honestly. I don't want to have that because then it's just going to turn into Fortnite. That
Which
was
is interesting
actually
given
that is
he's
Fortnite.
already in Fortnite.
I mean, I love Battle Royale, but Battle Royale is really weird because there are just phases within it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how are you gonna do? Here's the thing I would say about a Halo Battle Royale. Halo's health system is super unique for a fighting, like for a shooting game.
Would
it
you
has the
want
health
to keep that,
and
health
then
then it has the
recharging
shields.
shields,
Yeah,
which
so
they
in
could change
Fortnite
that,
and other
but-
battle royales is already different. Like you have to find shields yourself.
Actually, I think
Mm-hmm.
they should keep that.
So like yeah, exactly. But like, would it be unique or would they change it? Because if they change it, then it's just Fortnite.
well,
But if
with
they keep it, would it work?
Halo, your shield recharges, but your health doesn't. So you have to
Exactly.
find health packs around, which they could also use that.
Totally.
So
That
instead
I
of
could
the
see.
the shield only protects you for maybe about like
It depends on what you're fighting.
yeah,
That's usually like
depends
just
on-
a few hits.
maybe about 10 15 rounds of like a regular bullet, and then with like the
Like the armor piercers, it's a lot less. But
yeah.
so yeah, I guess they could get that to work. I would understand canceling that because 343 doesn't like to make good games.
Well, also
And it
they
probably would've
hired
been-
people
Wait, did
to
343 did Apex Legends? I think they did.
no.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But
I feel
343 also
let me
hires
check.
people who don't like Halo to make Halo.
No. That's the most messed up thing. Is that's how you can tell. Bringing it back to Reach, that's my main thing about how you can tell when the quality is better. Is
Well,
because
because Bungie, that was their last game that they actually made.
Yeah.
Bungie was the original makers of Halo, and for some reason, at their highest peak,
they dropped it.
they dropped it, and then 343 took over.
We should just be grateful that they didn't drop
Yeah,
it earlier than that because they
did
would have.
not do Apex. It looks like.
Yeah.
Weren't they planning on dropping it at 2 though? Like they could have dropped it at 2 and we never would have gotten 3 ops,
I think
ODST or Reach, and that would have.
so. With the videos that I used to watch, I think they wanted to stop after 3, and then
That makes the most sense to me because it's like
Reach
good
was
conclusion.
like, their last hurrah before everything, came to an end.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they made that campaign not have Master Chief, but had you die. Like, as soon as you get into the game, you see your helmet in the sand.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I was a little kid, I was like, why is my helmet in there?
I know, I was so dumb. The first time I played that, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it like loaded, and I was like, oh, that's the same helmet as me. I'm gonna die.
And it's just, once you play it once, you like can never have that same feeling that you. Yeah. Of course, I've finished it so many times.
Yeah. It's an emotional game. That's the one game that's gotten me like close to tears for the Halo franchise. 4 was like, I was like, oh, that's sad. Like the ending, but I never for a second felt like an actual emotion outside of that. Reach being such an artistic masterpiece, like right as it came out too,
and the graphics were amazing.
Oh my gosh, so good! And then just
15
for it to end,
years ago,
it must have been like 15.
I think it came out either a little bit before Skyrim or a little bit after. So
good, because we all know when Skyrim came out.
Yeah.
2010.
Yeah.
Okay, 2010.
Yeah, so like 14 years.
Guys, we had some great 2010
Dude,
stuff.
The like 2000s were like probably one of the best
years for
for
2010 alone.
Games, movies.
2010 alone brought us Pokemon Black and White, Halo Reach, and Tron Legacy.
Dude,
all in the same year.
Wait,
I love Tron Legacy.
We're gonna
the movie or the game.
Mirage and I want to do an episode about it at some point.
We actually were talking about that earlier today. The soundtrack for Tron. Like,
I listened to that because I love Daft Punk.
We're gonna have to bring you on for that one.
It's
that's gonna be
an
fun.
amazing soundtrack. So
the last Airbender movie came out in 2010. Okay, maybe it wasn't all good.
Okay.
Despicable Me, Iron Man 2. I mean, 2010.
Dude, Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2 was
that one was amazing. I really liked Whiplash. Iron Man 3 was sad because he just all of the armor that came out in that movie we saw for maybe 10 minutes, and I was so mad.
There were some cool suits in there,
dude.
And then they just ended there. It was like the end of No Way Home, where it was already a good movie, but then they like show you all those villains, and then it's like, okay, so they're not coming by the way, and you're like, oh, cool. So I don't get to see Rhino
final scene a lot of times to like notice all the different suits in it.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
I know
cool, but
I remember. I think it was the blue. It looked a lot like a Spartan, actually.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. How dope would it be if Marvel collabed with Halo, because they're both great companies who want money, and just put an Iron Man suit in the game? That would be so sick. He would fit right in.
Yeah.
Like it could be so close it's not even funny.
What's really funny in Forza Motorsport 7 at least, you can get race suits that are from Halo.
That's cool.
I actually showed them to you. You can be
in
Master
Horizon,
Chief.
you can get the Halo theme as a horn. And the shield.
Yeah, so they collaborate.
That's sick.
Together.
I was playing Forza 4.
Horizon 4?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just Forza Motorsport 4.
That was old.
Dude.
You're old. I played Motorsport 2, nerd.
I did.
That was the only game from Motorsport that I played until 2 years ago.
I was at the Audi dealership at some point, and they had Forza Horizon 2.
Dude, that was like, do you guys remember when McDonald's used to have like Wii's in them? And like, I don't know if you guys were
that existed
around to experience this, but
yeah,
there was like
I've heard of
Wii's
that.
or occasionally GameCubes. I played Double Dash for the first time at McDonald's when I was like 4 years old.
These days, they just get stolen straight out of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Or like peed on.
Or, they don't put them in there.
McDonald's
trying to admit
are kind
to
of a special story.
I think you just admitted to peeing on a
GameCube
at a McDonald's.
I mean, I've seen
if so,
teenagers
you're never coming on the show
in a
again.
McDonald's play place, so
because that's worse than peeing on a GameCube. I kind of want to see that.
So with a clear GameCube controller that I have, it's not a real GameCube controller.
Dude, yeah, I got the same one. It's literally out in that drawer right now. Like I just got this. Oh, so annoying.
I want an orange GameCube though.
An orange GameCube would make me.
I have Metroid Prime on the GameCube, and that's about it.
That's dope.
Metroid Prime looks fun.
See, Metroid Prime. All I'm saying is, I think a Metroid, Doom, Halo collaboration would be the coolest game ever.
That's like my dream.
The potential locations you could have with that is insane, but also just the gameplay styles.
That'd be sick.
That'd be cool if it was just dedicated 3-player campaign.
3-player game.
Like that'd be cool.
Doom Crossing.
Yeah, just bring in Isabelle from Animal Crossing. It'd be dope.
Like, what is up with that? Like, I remember
so
that was a huge
in
thing.
2020, on March 20th,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it wasn't March 20th. Either way, it was the release of Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal on the same day.
Oh,
So
that's
they will
right.
forever be associated in history as
Kind of like Barbenheimer.
not only exactly
Barbenheimer,
like Barbenheimer. So it's like they're like the two like some of the best selling games of that year, some of the most successful games of that year, and they came out on the same day, and they could not be further away from each other in terms of genre.
You still need to play Doom Eternal.
We do.
You guys haven't?
I've seen the full gameplay.
I haven't played Eternal. I've played 2016
Oh,
and the original ones.
you guys will love it. If you love Halo Reach, you'll love.
I've heard
Doom
more
Eternal.
good things about Doom Eternal than any other Doom game.
The
surprises me.
I also hear
demons in
great
there
things
are a
about the
little
music.
bit less like monster-like and more human-like with the
Interesting.
Incubus or the Incubus. In Doom 2016, he was more alien-like. He had like spiky teeth all the way around his mouth and one big green eye, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has more like tusks, like a
cool.
boar, and more of like a. I mean, he still has like the saggy, like fat person type feel to him, but now he has, I think it's 2 legs, and then.
They did a lot of design changes.
Yeah,
Two whole legs
two
in a
eyes
while.
now. He has 2 eyes now and more human-like teeth.
Is it good at least?
Oh, it's very good.
Okay, I was like, if we're talking about a complete design change, that could go one of two ways.
I mean,
Wait, so it's good. but
yes, it's
different.
good. The design changes. I mean, with Doom, they've always changed the designs.
oh
like,
yeah, no,
with
even of
constantly.
the main character, like all the time.
Funny story about
Like
Doom.
weirdly enough, he seems to change every game, despite the fact that he looks so similar all the time.
Yeah, it's just like Master Chief.
Mm-hmm.
They don't.
We got to get into that in a second.
Oh,
Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
no.
Okay, yeah, so funny story. I was in a health class a few years ago, and some kid saw on his computer pretending to do his work, but he was actually just gaming on one of the original Doom games.
As you
Oh
should.
yeah.
And over the semester, I saw him beat the whole game.
That's so cool.
That's all he did in class.
That is one of the most fun games that you can play on any computer from that like time period. It's a really well
Doom
thought out
64. I feel like that's one of the most cursed ones.
game.
Because
that was a recipe for disaster.
Yeah,
Making a
it
somewhat
was-
2D
okay.
game on a 60.
yeah,
That was such a weird design idea. That was like how they made Dr. Mario on the 64, which is an entirely 2D game. And yeah, it looks kind of cursed at times. So it was like, what was the end goal? Let's make this 2D game not 3D, but put it on a completely 3D console. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's kind of funny to me. I felt the same thing about like Doom 64. I was like, that game is not technically very 3D. Like when it comes down to it, it's just a 3D environment with 2D sprites, but it does look very cursed.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, in terms of design of the characters, the Spartans specifically, do you like how they changed over time, or do you prefer older models of them?
with the Mjolnir armor.
What a cool name for a
I know, right?
armor set. Oh my gosh.
Bungie knew what they were doing. I actually have a Halo manual
Nice, dude. Seriously?
of like the history of Halo,
right.
why they
speaking-
chose Spartans.
Sorry.
And so in Halo,
These are all the designs
okay,
for
so
just-
honestly, Halo 4 and Halo 5 were very similar. And then Halo Infinite, also Halo 6, they went back to the 2007 or 2004 design.
yeah,
because
it's a lot more like
I like the Halo Infinite Master Chief.
I like
the
it too
most.
because it's more original.
it's a lot
You would
more
say
like
it's
the
an
mask
original
type is
modern.
it's a lot more like
Yeah,
the OG
and then
one
Halo
with the lack of
4,
detail.
I remember playing it and be like, they changed so much about it. They did make him way more bulky, and then Halo 5, they changed pretty much the calves, and they made his crotch less or more vulnerable
Yeah,
for some reason.
a lot of
crotch
the
shot.
armor changes are kind of weird.
Yeah, and then his tint definitely got darker, and his the visor on top of his helmet got, I'd say, less pointy.
Yeah,
Because in Halo CE,
it's usually like sticking out.
yeah, Halo
It's
CE,
more like horns.
it was like trapezoids almost.
5 I thought was weird because in Halo CE you've got like the horn style out.
Yeah.
4 it's like, or like 5
Like,
it's
you
like
got it,
it's
like,
like short, like
Mhm.
you could like reach for a while. But then in 4 it's like longer than the CE one, and it's like the slightest change. It's harder to see in this image, but like it looks stubby in that picture. But
Yeah.
like when you see the like model of the mask, it looks like way longer for some reason.
And also they went back to the brighter green design as well.
I did think
instead
it's
of
interesting.
the dingy
It
army
gets
green.
darker as time goes on.
Yeah.
and then it gets brighter and infinite.
I think Halo Infinite kind of brings the best of all the.
It does have a lot of good
The
design elements.
nostalgia to it.
That's what Infinite looked like to me, was a kind of like nostalgia pandering kind of a thing. Not in a bad way entirely, but like the advertising for the game looked exactly like the first one.
Yeah.
The map looks a lot like the first one.
Oh,
They brought back Cortana, and his suit looks so much more like
Yep.
the original than it ever
also
has.
the inner thigh for 2004 to 2020 is almost identical. I
Yeah.
mean, 2020 is more. I would say-
2015 and 2012 are the only time when he's got like actual protection down beneath his
Yeah,
face, which is
instead of
kinda
just
weird.
like, the Mega Constructs, like, have you ever had those? I have a ton of Halo
Oh
Mega
no!
Constructs.
I wanted to get. There's a
Wait,
Mega
are those,
Constructs
like, the Lego
Xbox
things?
360.
Is it really?
There's yeah, it's pretty sweet.
The Mega Constructs, the Lego thingies.
They're
They're
like Legos, but like the
Buff,
the characters or like the little
More
minifigures are
articulated.
way cooler.
Yeah, they can
The
move
pieces-
on more joints and stuff.
The actual
Excuse me.
Lego type pieces are so much worse though. They don't
Yeah.
fit right.
It's mainly the characters that look better.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think the evolution of it's basically all the Spartans follow Master Chief in terms of design.
Yeah.
And I think it didn't really get better than it did in 3 and 4. In my opinion, I know people will not agree with me, but I think 4 looks awesome. He looks
4 does look very grunge.
he looks a lot more like a unit, you know?
Yeah.
He reminds me more of George from Reach than he has in
yeah.
the past.
Yep.
But I love 3 and I love Reach and Spartan Ops because their design looks more like they may not be. They look less versatile in their bodies, and it kind of gives the idea that like they're more skillful and rely less on their physical composition, and it makes characters like George stand out or Kat stand out because Kat's small, but she's like super smart. And
Yeah,
then George
but
is
she's got that robot arm though.
yeah. But George is like huge and he's got a giant gun. So like
Yeah,
I thought they had a lot more
I've never-
versatility near the end of the game's life to make unique designs.
Yeah. With it, George's like breastplate, I never knew what that big thing in that like giant canister that he has in the middle of his chest.
Yeah.
Like,
It does stick out like a sore thumb, honestly.
yeah, like he's never used it. He's never
It's just kind of always
interchanged it.
sitting there.
Yeah, it's not even for like his
It's all,
gun or anything. It's just kind of
it's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
Like it can't be an air intake, could it?
oh,
it's not even-
It might be an air canister, but the thing is, all the other Spartans don't have
Yeah.
that type of air canister.
Apparently, there's a George 52 kit for Halo Infinite. That's kind of dope.
Oh, honestly, that looks less bulky.
Well, it's because it's on the normal Spartan.
Wait, show me.
Well, look at
you
that.
can't play as
That's true.
George.
Well,
in
like,
different sizes or
look.
anything. What's with the stomach? It might be. Are there females?
Is that
Do you have
there
the
are
option between
female
female?
snipe?
So it might be that.
Yeah, that's a female definitely because
Yeah.
the waist.
Yeah, that's still
Yeah.
cool. Honestly, I think if you don't
And-
like Halo Reach, you'll like George at least, if nothing else.
George is pretty cool.
George
and
is a dope dude.
you play as 6,
Mm-hmm.
and my cousin, he definitely, like the main character, the blue guy. I'm blanking on
Carter?
everyone's name. Yeah, Carter. I don't know why I'm blanking. This is like one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to remember all their names because we've got.
Well,
Since I just barely played it. There's
Yeah.
Carter, Kat, Emil, George. 6 who they don't give a name to, and then June.
yeah, Emil was probably one of my favorites.
I think
'cause of
Emil's
his-
design is super cool.
Dude, his Evo helmet,
oh, it's
with
so
the
rad.
skull
with the skull
on it.
scratched in.
dude.
It says so much about
And his shot,
character,
he's just
too.
like, he just reminds me of Ghost so much from Modern Warfare 2.
Oh,
the
yeah,
original,
for sure.
not the new one.
Dude, every
What's
time I
the
saw a
difference?
Ghost in the trailer for, I think he was in the trailers for Modern Warfare 2. I might be thinking of someone else.
He was.
But like every time I saw him, I was like, man, there's no way that's gonna be as good as the.
Dude, I got a Ghost mask for
original.
Halloween, like from
That's cool.
Modern Warfare 2.
That's super
The newer one, the older one, it was kind of more dorky, I would think, just because it was just a ski mask with some sunglasses.
Yeah.
But
Mirage, this is This is Emil who we're talking
Yeah.
about. He's got like all the
I've
canisters all
wanted
over him,
to
too.
have hit. Those are like shotgun shells, yeah.
Yeah, look, he's
Dude, and the
absolutely loaded.
grenades all over
I
his
love the
belt.
knife on his right shoulder.
Yeah, the like what was it? What type of knife is it? Not a kukri.
Can you use it in the game?
No, you cannot.
Oh.
Sadly, I actually no. He
I think
does
it appears
play
for
with
your
it.
assassinations. Yeah, he like sharpens it
Yeah,
on his arm a few times.
Yeah, he
it's
just messes around
kind
with
of
it.
used.
Yeah, like it's mostly just there to show you that Emil is a dangerous dude.
Yeah,
That's the main thing that I take away from Reach a lot is like during
Mm-hmm.
the stories at least is they really put their all into making the characters unique. And I think that's probably one of the things that most people who are like, oh, there's no Master Chief, are like lost on the game.
yeah.
'Cause it's like, yeah, but like look at all these other guys that they're trying to show you. It builds on the world so much that when people just kind of like throw them out, I'm like, dude, you can't right now. Like
They're
these
just a
characters
bunch of-
are important.
Just a bunch of fan. Of course, if you're like 30 or older and you're like, oh, there's no Master Chief. I mean, I get it. You grew up with
Yeah.
CE 2 and 3 before any other of any.
Yeah.
I mean, also ODST.
CE, the very first one.
Yes.
It is kind of weird. I guess to a degree, it's kind of weird that he's not present at all. It would be like having a Mario game where he's not even brought up.
I mean, was Luigi's Mansion?
No,
Was
Mario's in
Mario
those games.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But, like,
I've
even then,
never
that's
played
still
that.
like a Luigi game, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, and people have their opinions about Luigi's Mansion, I'm sure. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely thought, I think more people, I think Halo Reach might be considered an underrated game to a few people,
Oh yeah.
and frankly, I hope that I've seen it become more popular, especially with Russian Badger making a video on it. So I hope that because it's such a part of my childhood, I really
Mm-hmm.
hope that since it's such a cult classic, it can be brought back into the spotlight again.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so to digress just for a minute, what do you guys think about Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2?
Are those the strategy ones, or those?
It's kind of like a Battlefield game.
Yeah, it's the like you're in third person and it's like League of Legends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
I hate it.
I hate those ones.
I was going to say, so I saw the art for the game.
So the art
It
is
looks-
fantastic,
it looks
but the
beautiful.
gameplay is absolutely horrid. It is just like League of Legends, and League of Legends players probably play it, and that's why I don't.
mean-
Sorry, I'm just ranting
I
on.
agree with you.
Just
I
the way
was-
you said, and League of Legends players play it, so screw that game.
I was actually going to buy the game because the art looked beautiful, but then I saw the gameplay. I was like, I don't want to play this.
That's you definitely can't judge a book by its cover with video games because
Especially Halo.
I recently
TikTok trials.
so
That's
with
fair. We gotta talk about that sometime.
this one game that I got for my friend, I was like, I think it was called Fade maybe or something like that.
Right.
Just Fade, not maybe. I don't know why I put that there. I thought it was cool, and like, of course, the gameplay's cool. It's just, it's so bad. Like, it's not. I'm sorry. I bought it from.
one
I
Fade
wasted my own
listener.
money on it for
Give it to your
Christmas, and it was just like, I thought it would be a fun game because he likes open world games, and it's like a survival like type of winter stuff,
Yeah.
and like all these demonic type thingies, and you're being quote unquote controlled by.
It sounds like 80% of all indie games that are 3D.
It's
Yeah, nowadays it can be so hard to tell, especially with big companies like 343 making games. Like they're not
I
the
feel like
newer
it's
Halo
always
games are
been
competent, but you can definitely get like
I have
pushed aside by that art and
from,
be like, oh
like,
yeah, this is gonna be a good game.
ever since all the like Halo Infinite,
Mhm.
I've been looking at more of gameplay now to see if I actually want the game,
Yeah,
because like with Halo, Forza Horizon 4, I thought it was just gonna be another car game,
I
and then
love Forza Horizon 4.
I think 3.
it's so unrealistic.
Well, yeah.
As in,
How funny is it
It's
that
like-
Motorsport is so realistic, and then Horizon is
Motorsport
just meant
is
to be fun and
still
nothing
not
else?
Yeah.
very realistic. The
But like compared
physics
to
as
Horizon,
for crashing and the car coming apart is the least realistic out of like Gran
Well-
Turismo.
well, right, but, like,
and-
I
Control-wise.
love Gran Turismo.
controller wise, Motorsport is super realistic.
Oh yeah, with the actual
Horizon is not. There is just no gravity
like
in that world.
yeah, you can drive a McLaren P1 off-road without damaging the suspension whatsoever.
You have no idea how much
And
I've
go
done that.
200 miles per hour.
Yeah, off-road. That's
literally,
not...
You can literally just like catch air for
In
like
real life,
8 seconds.
If you're off-roading with the McLaren P1, you will last like 10 seconds.
Yeah. In my
before
opinion,
you're
I like the Horizon
Yeah.
games, but it's because I prefer the arcadiness of it. That's somewhat realistic.
It's
It's
fun.
not
You
like
get to
cruise and
explore.
blast.
I do like the
closer.
open world
Yeah,
feel
It's
to
really
it,
fun.
but
very.
I'm used to Motorsport and Gran Turismo 7, where you stay on the track, you race people.
Yeah.
That's really the whole point, not just... I mean, the online with, it's a lot like BeamNG,
Yeah.
where, like,
It's like a really realistic driving simulator.
oh, BeamNG is so fun.
It's pretty fun, actually.
That's another open world.
That
It's
one's-
like...
I've seen videos.
I love
Yeah.
driving off cliffs. Don't worry about it.
It's so realistic compared to Forza, which
Totally.
I feel like I grew up with Forza and not Need for Speed, but I do have a PlayStation with Need for Speed
I love Need
Payback.
for Speed so
I
Need
have
for
that
Speed Payback sucks.
I like the. Oh, did you just say that you like that game, bro?
No, I have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you just went, yo, I love that game, and you go, Need for Speed sucks, and I was like,
Well,
Cool.
because the throttle, it's either all or nothing, and
It's
you can't.
unrealistic.
There's no.
To me,
It's not
It's
as
supposed to be
realistic. I
arcadey.
do like it is very arcadey. I do like all the cars that they put in. I just wish that they put older cars in it and manual drive.
seriously.
Oh, my other problem is that Need for Speed. There's not very many cars you can get.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
And also
one of the
It's
main
because
things about, like,
Forza
advertising
came
like
out
that.
first, and so they got most of the licenses. The only thing that Forza doesn't have is Porsche or Porsche.
They do now.
I do know.
They do now. Oh,
You
yeah.
said the
Sounds like Need for Speed Lost.
Porsche for
Too slow.
Forza used to be only DLC for like 3 of the games.
Yeah, 3 and 2 both had it as, or no, 2 didn't have it at all. 3 had it for
Motorsport
DLC.
6 also had it for DLC.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the
I mean,
main
that
thing I
makes
tell
sense.
people, like,
Yeah.
like Need for Speed doesn't have a lot of cars, Horizon isn't super realistic. So I've definitely been in those places where I'm like, don't buy a game if you don't know what it is. Like, when I started telling people not to pre-order games, Cyberpunk 2077.
So sad because that could have been so good if
Yeah.
they had just spent
Halo
an
5.
extra year on it.
And well, actually, I kind of like how.
Sorry, continue.
That's true. I like how broken it is, but at the
kinda
same
funny.
time, they did most of the game on the genitalia.
Yeah,
That's
that's a lot
true.
of work to put into a
Wow.
really gross part of that game, but
Yeah, that-
it is what it is.
Yeah, I actually haven't.
Someone was a little horny.
Yeah, someone was drunk and hard.
They gave the wrong person the computer. That's a huge thing though. Is like, especially in the gaming market, this is one of the
Wait, you
things.
can even customize your size.
Let's maybe
right?
not talk
Yeah,
about it
you can.
on this podcast.
I've
where I
actually
haven't let anything
played it with my
curse
friend.
yet. We're still talking about. Okay, cool. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
We didn't know that it had like that going on, and so we were like,
That was
"Why
one
is
of
it
the
going
trailers.
down to his crotch?" Oh, we can change the size.
That wasn't in the trailer.
Yeah.
No, so like, that's a big thing that I actually don't like about the newer Halo games, especially because it's like, they don't falsely advertise. But I think 343 is one of those companies that's like greedy. Like they will charge you for some menial stuff nowadays. And
It's
in my day, games didn't really have DLC or anything, so it felt a lot more like you had to buy the game all or nothing, and so they had to make the game everything that it should be.
and also Bungie was just way better.
Bungie was also
because-
just better, so there's that.
because they actually hired people who liked Halo and not just
Like they
people who
made
just
it.
want to make
Oh, speaking of which,
a bit of money.
people that like actually like the game. Real quick, talk about Transformers games. Like they kind of all suck, but Transformers,
hey.
War for Cybertron, and Fall of Cybertron.
Okay.
He had a list. He was ready to be like, pause. You did not say. Okay, no,
So-
you got it. You're good.
My favorite game of all time. Both of those.
You disgust
It doesn't seem like a great game. I mean, I'm a Transformers fan, but
I
like,
love Transformers.
it doesn't seem like a great game.
I really
but
love
it
Trans.
is such an immersive game.
Formers. I said formers. Leave me alone. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, amazing game. Doesn't seem great, but like they actually, it's better than the movies, the video games.
Oh well. That's
Okay,
not that
hold
hard.
on, hold
War
on.
for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron.
Let's be more
Better than
specific
the
about
movies.
which movies we're talking about.
Michael Bay.
You know what other
Okay.
games are better than the movies? Halo games because the shows suck. But anyway,
I started ranting for 2 hours to my dad about how the Paramount Plus
exclusive
Halo.
TV show.
was not good, and they showed Master Chief's face.
Oh, I heard
Biggest
terrible things
mistake
about
ever
that show.
made.
I totally forgot that even existed.
Yeah, I
Really thought we stopped recording there. Sorry, go ahead.
I threw my pizza at the TV when I saw his
Delicious.
face. I was like, disgusting,
I can't believe the dude literally like showed up, took his mask off,
and then left.
lost his virginity, and then died. Like,
Yeah.
that was the Master Chief that Paramount wanted us to see. You know what is funny about that though? Is Paramount is also the company that made the Sonic movies, and Sonic is not like good most of the time. I love Sonic. As speaking as a Sonic fan, Sonic sucks a good majority of the time, and yet they've managed to make a really good movie and a sequel. Or sorry, a movie and a really good sequel. And then how are these the same guys who made the Halo TV show, which is faithful to just about none of it? Like, I don't
Also,
Yeah.
their acting is kind of.
Oh, it's horrible.
I didn't watch after Master Chief took off.
You know what?
helmet.
You know what
I
they
just
should have done
stopped.
is Mandalorian
Oh.
season 1 could have been what I would have envisioned the Halo TV show.
Oh, yeah,
as.
definitely.
Like, don't take the mask off. Like, if you want to, save it for a finale or something. Like, leave people on their edge of their
Or, like,
seats.
people, like, you know how they have
Like,
like the
cover it or
gravity
whatever.
hammer and stuff, like at the finale. Like, I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah.
just never show his face at all. Keep it a mystery.
What a concept! It's almost
Yeah.
like they've been doing that for the
Well,
past.
in
like,
Halo 4, they
30
did show
years.
his eye, or was it Halo? Yeah, it was Halo 4. They did show his eyes at the very end.
Yeah. No, they didn't. No, the guy walks past him and you don't see him.
No, it was just his eyes though,
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different part.
because he walked past.
Oh,
and then
yes, yeah,
as
you're right,
they
you're
were
right.
zooming in.
Yeah. And then
Thank
it,
you,
like, cuts away at the very
343.
end.
Thank you, 343. That is the only thing I'll say thank you for. Is not showing his face.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paramount's like, yeah, you know how we could make a lot of money? Let's kill off the best character and show his face.
Yeah, it's like the Velma.
He really said, let's not die a virgin. Like,
I mean,
what was that? Oh, that show is such a weird can
and
of worms.
Cortana's not even an AI.
Why not just make...
thing.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard. Like, why not just make a show about... I don't know.
Master Chief.
How about just don't make
Reach?
a show if you can't make it good?
Just
Dude,
make a show about Reach.
Reach.
It literally plays like a TV show. Like, it plays like a good TV show. Just saying.
Maybe us three should just be in the movie.
We should just make
Oh.
a Halo Reach movie, dude.
That'd be so sick.
If
Yeah.
we had money.
Gosh, I want to make an episode one day where it's like, here's what I would do to fix every mistake that this company has done. So I could be like, here's every mistake Sonic has made. I want to fix it by doing this, or
How,
that.
how many do you think, how many mistakes have they made, like, just estimate?
The Sonic team? Depends on how many years we're talking back. But
Just
like,
all time.
oh, it's definitely like sub 200, but at least above 100. If you talk to anyone in the Sonic fan base for longer than 5 minutes, I guarantee they will rant about something. So, I don't
Kinda
know.
Same for Transformers. I wish I could fix all the
And the
movies.
more recent Halo games.
I do like how mechanical the Transformers movies were, though. Like, with the mouth, like,
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
there was,
not even
it
just,
was
like-
not organic at all. I loved it with like the characters.
I mean,
and
the
stuff.
CGI. And the
that was
effects,
absolutely amazing.
even from like
Those-
2006,
those
the first
animators were eating
Transformers
well.
movie is better than modern day Marvel CGI.
Well, we don't need
Definitely.
to talk about Marvel CGI. I don't even want to get into that.
Wait, so it sounded like you had opinions on War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron games.
Oh,
Have
I
you
was
played
just,
those?
I have played them.
We're
I
gonna
was
have to
just
get
gonna
you on an
say,
episode and just talk
if
about
you didn't
Transformers
mention
games.
them, I would start mentioning them. But you have
Or throw a
already.
chair at you.
Well, there are other games, but-
Not a chair.
Just,
I'll just make sure that you're
A knife.
naming the right ones. I have played the one on the Xbox 360. I
Is it
forget
Dark
what
of
that
the
one is.
Moon.
Dark of the
There's
Moon is a
Transformers
movie.
Prime, the video game. Dark of the Moon is also a video game.
I forget.
Oh.
I forget which one I have played, but it's the one.
Wasn't Dark of the Moon a movie too, though?
Yes.
That sounds like,
Like-
a situation where it's like, oh, we made a movie, let's make a video
They
game
made
now,
the video
and it's
game
like
of
trash.
it, and it's not the same thing.
Boom, what did I
It's
say?
actually supposed
Naruto.
to be a good game, but not a movie.
Seriously. No, Naruto
Dude,
is so
I
bad.
play. I used to be a big Naruto.
Oh,
fan.
I love Naruto. Don't get me wrong.
And
I've only seen like the
I-
first 2 episodes.
wow.
I told him to watch
Yeah,
the rest of it,
yeah.
but
Y-
he'll get on
Okay,
it
so
eventually.
with the younger Naruto, it's so slow. That show's just so slow.
Yeah,
Like,
but
the episodes
also-
are just them thinking in their head, "Is he gonna poop his pants?" or-"
emotional dang, he called my bluff. I'm pooping my pants. No,
Yeah, exactly.
it does feel like that a lot. It's like,
Yeah.
is he gonna do that thing?
The
I did
most
that
awesome
thing,
part
but he
was,
knew.
Yeah, the most awesome part, I think, one of the most awesome parts in that show was when Rock Lee took off his ankle weights.
Oh, I was screaming, dude.
Dude,
I was so
like,
hyped for that.
what?
We're not spoiling anything because I'm showing you that because oh my gosh.
Yeah, you have to watch that. Like,
We're doing an episode on Naruto at some
Okay,
point.
you need to play. Actually, you can't really play it because you can't really get the games anymore. But
Yeah.
War for Cybertron Fallout.
It's on Xbox One. You can get it in the
Um,
Xbox One game store, I think.
really?
No, you can't.
Yeah, because you can play Xbox 360 games on Xbox
Excuse
One
me.
whenever you want.
eBay.
You can get it on eBay or whatever.
Just
And
eBay.
You can play it on the Xbox.
I'll just get a. While I'm at it, I'll just get a
But
Xbox
it's like
360. but
$100 used.
My cousins have an Xbox 360, and that's the only way I've been able to play Reach. But I've been over to their house so many times.
Master
Oh,
Chief
can you get the
Collection is a
Master Chief
really good
Collection?
one.
On the 360, no.
It's on
no,
the Xbox One.
on just
Yes, yes, you can, but don't. It's actually pretty bad.
It's got some. We could talk a whole episode about
Yeah.
that too, because you don't know because you haven't played as much as I have, but
No.
it's got a lot of issues.
Yeah, I have to say, Halo 2 and Halo CE were a lot more. Or no, I think it was just Halo 2. It was a lot more horror type.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
because like
I like being
it
scared.
was definitely darker. It was very dark, like not like evil dark, but more of just like an actual dark game where you can't
Yeah.
see that well, and so you have to have the lights turned off to play it. And it's just
My favorite thing about Halo Master Chief Collection in terms of terrible mistakes they made is there's this one part of the game. I don't remember if it's 1 or 2, but you have to walk through this section where it's very dark. It's intentionally dark. It's not supposed to be like dark because the game engine is running poorly, even though that probably would have been a reason if they kept it that way. Because turns out in the anniversary version of that game, it's just bright, like bright as day. You're supposed to not be able to see the enemies around a corner because it's super dark in the original. And in the anniversary version, they made it super bright at nighttime, and you can see them from a mile away.
yeah.
So people playing that game for the first time are going to be like, oh, there's enemies over there. People, when I was playing it for the first time, were probably like, gee, where did you come? Like, it was just out of nowhere.
Where did you go?
So that gives you a little idea of how 343 handled those anniversaries. But
Oh, well, speaking of which, we've got plans we've got to
yes,
tend
we
to,
gotta...
so gotta
Oh yeah.
We stayed a little bit overtime.
we
We
gotta
should've-
unfortunately we have to continue this series of Halo later.
Yeah.
There's like all of our episodes, more to talk about.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have you back if you'd like to.
Yes. I
For
would love
Halo,
to.
any other topics?
I mentioned a lot to Poe, so
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we've got a few things
Whenever
lined
you're
up.
available,
Hopefully
just
that
come
works.
over.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you want to plug that we can like tell people about on here?
Was it you that wanted to do Spider-Man?
That was down
that was down. Yeah.
Down.
or whatever I'll call him. I'll probably edit that, but we'll
Yeah.
see what he wants to be called.
I also said
Fallen?
like
That's his name on YouTube. It's
Skyrim.
Oh, I haven't played Skyrim.
Yeah, I've mentioned Skyrim.
I haven't
in
played
this
in
episode.
forever, so
Dude. It's so good.
he keeps talking to me about it. I'm like, dude,
I hear about things.
I love that game, but I promise you I haven't played it
Yeah.
in like 10 years. So
Dark Souls.
I haven't
And-
played it, unfortunately. Sorry.
And then
he's gonna be like Doom and or blah.
Yeah,
Mirage gonna be
Doom.
like, yeah, no, I haven't played that either.
We got some edits to make.
yeah, we got a lot of things.
All right, well, let's set this here so we know when to edit out those.
Yeah.
Right, but wait, just real quick, is there any like YouTube channel you want to like call out or anything, or like social media? Or anything like
Do you have a channel?
I do not have a channel. No, I don't have anything really.
that? Okay, all right, that's fine. Thank you very much for joining us. It
Yes,
was fun to have you,
It was really great.
and thank you all of you guys for joining us, all 4 of you.
Go eat
So far,
bananas?
so far.
So far, have a good day. Eat a banana. Peace out.